Hello, welcome to History 210 Methods of History. I'm Dr. Mason. I believe I know most all of you, but if not, welcome and look forward to getting to know you over the next 16 weeks as we work on some analytical reasoning and argumentation skills. We develop projects, hopefully that we can be passionate about the research we're doing and see what kind of methodologies make up historical study for professional historians. So as we get started in advance of our first class coming up on Wednesday, feel free to kind of set yourself off on the right foot by first taking a look at the syllabus. And you don't have a printed copy yet, you'll get one on Wednesday. But if you were so interested, you could head over to Blackboard and really, I think, give yourself a leg up on what we're going to have going on this semester. So once you get into your Blackboard, you got to scroll down and take a look and see what our class might be. So you find History 210. Once you get that, you can open it up and you'll be able to see what we got going on. We've got syllabus in here that's 4 pages, and it's right there in announcements. So if you take a look at that, you can see at the top maybe what some of the goals are of the course, and things like we're really trying to provide an introduction to the field of history with historical theory and methods. And in order to do that, we've got some of the course learning outcomes at the bottom that'll help guide our development over the course of the next 16 weeks. If you go down to that second page, you can get a really good sense of some of the nuts and bolts things. For instance, you can see that we're going to kind of build this kind of block by block, starting with a solid foundation as we get started over the next week and a half or so. And you can see that all the things are going to build together until we have 1,000 total points that will culminate in our Waldorf Student Symposium. This will be our 9th annual Waldorf Student Symposium. You'll be joining some of the grades. So you can see that your grade at the bottom of that grade composition wheel is made up of a lot of different things. As you've had me in class before, which many of you have, even if you haven't, one thing to realize is I like to kind of build things one piece at a time, and we're going to make sure that we're consistently putting the work in to do quality research and develop together as we kind of all pick different research topics over the course of the next 16 weeks. And then we're going to turn them into something. So on that third page, you can see what this looks like on a week-to-week basis. You can see that starting this week, we're going to talk about historical craft. And the first thing you're going to have to do is going to come due next Wednesday. A little bit different than the normal week where things in this course will be due on Mondays, but we have MLK Day on Monday to celebrate the great legacy of Dr. King. And you'll see that you have an initial topic list coming due. Now, we're going to talk about that as you get going, but if you go through here, you want to get a better sense for what some of the guidelines for these things are, how they might be rubricked. You can do that. We'll talk about that here in a second. You'll also notice at the bottom we have Kate Turabian's Chicago Manual for Style. I'll be giving you all sorts of excerpts of this book as we work our way through the class, but a good thing to have on hand if you are an aspiring historian. You got a syllabus quiz on the 4th page, which you can use to make sure you've kind of figured out some of the things as we go into day one. But that's kind of the initial rundown on the syllabus. The other things I would like you to take a look at here are 2 really important links on the sidebar. First being assignments. And if you click on that and open it up, if it wants to open up, you can go ahead and do that. It will bring you here, and you can really get a much better sense for the assignments in the course. This is also where to turn them in. You can scroll down and see that as we work our way through to our final draft in the presentation, we've got a lot of steps in the way. You can see how we're going to build this a little bit. You can also see some of these book reviews. We'll talk about that more on Wednesday, but the first thing you got to worry about in this class is the topic list. So you see some instructions here. You got to come up with 3 topics, and then it'll talk, kind of tell you how you want to talk about those. If you go in to that initial topic list tab, it's going to open up for you and show you kind of the points possible, when it's due, what time it's due. This is where you turn it in under assignment submission. And also you could take a look at the rubric and see how the actual points are going to come out of that. So you can see that the topics themselves are very important, and kind of what the guidelines might be as you seek to put those together. So those are fairly important under assignments. The other big one in this class is going to be the syllabus resources tab. And as you do this, You're going to open it up, and this will give you a wealth of different information about the course, starting with I have those Turabian notes in there. I have the guidelines for how you're going to do book reviews. I've got my schedule if you want to sit down, which we will do over the course of the next couple of weeks to talk about our goals for the course kind of in a one-on-one way and how I can set you up for success this semester. And then also you can get a copy of the syllabus. I'll add other research kind of resources to this tab as you get rolling in the course, but I need to know what you're going to research first before I can start supporting your research in those ways. So those aren't quite there yet. So we have some basic things there, and I think you're in good shape to get started for the course. I look forward to getting to know you a little bit better over the course of the next 16 weeks, and I think we're in for a really good, fun course here. I think we got a really good group, and I look forward to seeing you Wednesday afternoon. Until then, have a great start to the semester.